Hey there, my name is Lena Connolly. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm from Burlington, Vermont, but right now I'm living in Moab, Utah. So this is my interview for the Front Climbing Club to be a front desk person, just to work at the front. So question one, what are some experiences you've had that would contribute to a positive team environment? So I think teamwork is really essential for any job, no matter what industry, what position, or anything like that. Um, in terms of my own experience, I've worked for the last 8 months as a rafting guide in Moab, Utah, at a small nonprofit that does educational rafting programs on the Colorado and San Juan rivers, as well as field programs around the Moab area. Part of this is teaching children, group management, executing smooth and fun programs for participants. And one of the core ingredients to run smooth programs, as I've learned, is having a highly functional team that loves working together. And I think that just makes work so much more enjoyable no matter how hard the days are, how long the hours are. Having a team that supports each other and has each other's back is absolutely essential to have a positive working environment. So for this job at Canyonlands Field Institute, towards the end of the season, so in the last couple of months, I've been responsible for managing and running programs as a trip leader. And part of that is managing other people, managing my coworkers. And I would say things that are really, really important to me as a manager in that position is making sure that people have enough downtimes, making sure that they have breaks throughout the day where they can kind of replenish themselves and make sure they're bringing their best foot forward to the job, to the program, to the people that are there. I would also say that checking in, having a constant communication with my team members, making sure their needs are met, that they're getting what they need, that they're feeling supported, having constant check-ins allows space for people to advocate for themselves, which is another really, really important part of creating a positive team environment, is one where people feel free to advocate for themselves if they are having a hard time, if they are having trouble learning something, if they need help with anything. All of those are pretty important to me for creating a positive team environment, as well as good music, making sure people are drinking water, making sure people are having a good time. All of those are very important to me. So this is my answer for question two. What does great customer service mean to you? To me, the foundation of great customer service is forming a connection with somebody, no matter what job you're working in, whether that's retail, food service, or working as a rafting guide. Forming a connection is absolutely essential to creating that bond between you and the customer, making sure that they have that established connection as a foundation of their experience at the establishment. Um, I think that great customer service also means this dance of knowing when to give space and knowing when to give attention. So if somebody is thinking about something, talking to a friend, or um, perusing a store, anything like that, knowing the difference between when like they might have a question or knowing when they're just chilling and looking around the store, I think that's pretty important just to make sure that they're not feeling like super like watched or that we are demanding a sale from them. I think great customer service also means knowing what the customer wants and what they need, not, I guess, just putting people, you want to put people over the profits. That's a really important part of it, making sure that the customer is getting whatever service or gear they're looking for and not necessarily what the store wants to buy or wants them to buy. I think great customer service also means sharing part of yourself, sharing stories, jokes, experience, anything like that to form that connection and make them feel more comfortable. I think that it means going above and beyond for customers if they're looking for certain information or experiences or recommendations. Anything like that is pretty important. I have a number of years working with customer service for my time working at Patagonia as a retail salesperson. And this job demanded so much customer service, especially during the holidays, during the pandemic. It was really essential that we were getting customers, what they needed when they needed it, and making sure that they were getting the right gear that would help them do whatever they were looking to do. Yeah, so that's what great customer. This is my answer for question three. Tell us something about yourself, goals, etc. Yeah, so I am pretty new to Utah. I moved here in March to work as a rafting guide. And one of the things I learned about working as a rafting guide is just the growth mindset that is essential for this point in my career. I only graduated from college 2 years ago, and um, I think that having a growth mindset is really, really important for forming yourself and your identity at this age. Before working as a rafting guide, I had never gone rafting before. So, in the span of 8 months from March until now, I went from having never rafted before to like managing and leading trips and groups of people on the river. And in that process, there were so many learning curves and points of growth and hard times and great times and all the fun stuff in between. And I came out of the season being a more confident person and better worker, better people person, more effective manager, and just I'm really proud of that experience. And I think that it's changed my mindset about what type of work I'm looking for. I want to do work that is hard, that pushes me, and that gives me new skills. And that's one of the reasons I want to work at the front is that I guess this is related to question 4, what's my relationship with climbing? Just taking things that I want to learn that I'm sort of a novice at and doing that all the time, making that my work, my source of employment, so that I can learn those new skills and bring that mindset to whatever job I have next. So for tangible goals, just getting out of my comfort zone as much as possible is pretty important to me with my work environment, but also having work that, I'm able to bring skills from the past, like my customer service and retail skills to the front, but my novice skills as a climber. I think that's one of my goals. And for question 4, I guess I'll just go into that. I have climbed a number of times. I'm a comfortable climber and belayer, and I do have a basic knowledge of climbing, but I'm not like the top level of climbing. I view climbing as a sport where I want it to be more accessible. I want people to feel more comfortable in it, and I think part of that is having people that work at gyms who are at similar experience levels to you. Like, I would love to walk into a gym and have somebody who's at the same level of me to give me advice, to work with me, to help me out, and just to increase like the diversity and knowledge and skill set in climbing gyms to make them a more comfortable and accessible place for people. Um, that's really important to me, and that's like a main reason I want to work at the front, along with another like number of other reasons. Yeah. Thank you so much for bringing me to this stage in the interview process and taking the time to listen to my video and learn a little bit more about me. I just want to say that the front would be an absolutely incredible place to work from my perspective. The number of times that I've been there have shown me the palpable community amongst employees. It showed me that the environment at that place of work is one of growth and community and empowerment. And it's something that I would be very excited to be a part of, just to be a part of that community where people are pushing themselves and learning more about themselves every single day. I think the front values diversity and inclusion and making climbing a more accessible sport for everybody, because that's what it should be. And I would be super excited to be a part of that and to have that be part of my everyday as an employee at the front. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I hope you have